Hey y'all, the hub at Peach Street Center food court. Let's get on it, y'all. What happened downtown? Atlanta can't be from the people who live in the city of Atlanta. Atlanta, not born and raised in Atlanta. Couldn't happen. Because this is not what we do no shooting at. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever you're from. We want to get into what happened at the hub at Peach Street Center food court. That was a shooting, people. Now, y'all know how we do over here on my channel. Y'all catch up with me later, right? Okay, this is what happened.
Right now, more breaking news. A shooting in a busy food court in downtown Atlanta. Police say shots were fired around 2 o'clock this afternoon at the hub at Peachtree Center. Now, to get a closer look at this map on your screen. We know 4 people, including the suspect, were shot in the food court, which is right here on Peachtree Street. 11 Alive anchor Ron Jones is live on the scene where we know an off-duty officer, Ron, intervened and was able to stop the gunman. What else can you tell us?
And as it all unfolded here, Jonathan, it was absolutely wild. So APD tells us that it all started with an argument. The gunman, the alleged gunman, getting into an argument with someone right here in the food court.
Now, the gunsman, it never fails, y'all. It never fails. Jealousy is something else. It is real. Now they made it sound like it was like a bam 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 thing in Atlanta. Not like that. I don't know what happened mentally with the family that came down there to eat. But the man who had the bam 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 was a felony. He not even supposed to been he not even supposed to have a gun in his hand. He evidently he can't be from Atlanta. Because that's a popular place to eat at on P Street. These people getting out from work or either want to come and visit Atlanta, want to get away from their city and come visit Atlanta, and this is what happened.
Shoulder, as you can see, there's still a very heavy police presence. They still have the tape up as they're gathering more information. But during that argument, according to APD, that suspect then shot the person he was arguing with, and then there were 2.
Now, why he shoot the person he was arguing with? Okay, why he just couldn't have an argument? Why he had to shoot? Not a fair fight, because you had your gun. You had a weapon and I didn't. So what we dealing right here is mental abuse. Then it turned physical. Now we have this what we have here is a social, mental, social, and emotional health crisis right here. Cause first of all, he wasn't even supposed to have a gun. And y'all, this is one of the popular places down here in my city.
Other people who were shot as well. Not quite sure what the relationship was between the suspects and the suspect and the victims. However, the ages of the victims are 70 years old, 69 years old, 49 years old. The suspect has a criminal history.
Hold up. Let's listen to the age of the suspect. Let's listen to the age of the people. Okay, and we usually blame y'all, always blame the young people, okay? It wasn't nobody young this time, okay? Let's keep it real, it wasn't the young people. The old folks this time. Older, if you 40 and over, grow up. Grow up.
of the suspect and the victims. However, the ages of the victims are 70 years old.
70, 69, acting a fool. Downtown food court. We gonna have to call y'all age out. Cause y'all always blame the young people. 70, 69 years old should be sitting down eating without putting out a gun. Let's get to the 49-year-old. Come on, y'all. 40 and up. Come on, cut it out. Sit down. Get mature. What happened? It wasn't about the food. It wasn't about the people around them. It was the people right there together who were facilitating with each other. Don't bring that mess to the ATL because we're already trying to clean and keep everything else in control. This is a nice place for people, food from out of town can come visit. But it wasn't the young people this time, it was the old folks. Come on, older people. We are always talking about the young folks. The young folks this and the young folks that. And they don't know how to act and they don't this and that. Come on now, 70, 69, 40. Come on, y'all.
69 years old, 49 years old. The suspect has a criminal history, according. He just spent 10 years behind bars, behind prison bars.
10 years. The suspect wasn't listening, y'all. They ain't telling y'all. The new one thing about the news pick and choose what they're gonna put out there, okay? This didn't have nothing to do with nothing else. Just the people who they were surrounded. This man had 10 years. He had spent, I think, that's why I say when they locked up, facilitate these men. Come on now, get them some kind of educate them while they in there. Ain't no way in there. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it, you two. I ain't gonna do it. Ain't no way in the world you gonna spend 10 years in prison behind bars for armed robbery and then get up here and act a fool with the folks that you facilitated with that day. You know what you did. You know who that is. On a hot downtown, it's beautiful at night, y'all. That's what you want to say. All right, hey baby, let's go for a ride downtown. Sometimes I go downtown. Look, Atlanta is huge. There are different section parts of you're not in Atlanta, but P Street is a nice place to be. But if I don't did 10 years, I ain't going back to prison. I ain't going back to prison. That means that I want to go back and be around them women in there. The mind is messed up now. 10 years, and you want to go back in there with them hard legs? You should have stayed in there. Now watch he get a bun. That man spent 10 years behind bars, y'all, for armed robbery. He don't care. He don't care nothing about his life.
For armed robbery. And the police chief, Darren Sherabaum, tells us this is not the first time they've had a run-in with a suspect. They have talked to him and had encounters with him.
This ain't the first time they talked to him, y'all. Who he trying to rob? That's all he does is rob. This is not the first. Get that man off in downtown. This ain't the first time they encounter with this man. Mental health is serious. I don't care what state you from. You don't know what is going on mentally. Need people. My shout out to 11 Alive. Them people downtown are not only downtown, y'all. I'm gonna tell you something. Atlanta is a great city. But if you're not from here, You can't pay everything. If you're not from Atlanta, please do not pay these people no attention. When if you from here, you gonna walk past. You know how to adapt to this stuff because you know not to say nothing. You just mind your business. But now, if you ain't from here, don't look over that way. Go on, let them people talk. They're gonna be praying downtown. They're gonna be talking junk downtown. They be eating food downtown. Don't pay them no attention. Walk on, mind your business, and be happy. Yeah. But if you're not from the ATL, if you're from the ATL, you know mental health illnesses. Mental health is downtown. Mental health, I want to say mental health, okay? Because someone do have mental illnesses, okay? I don't care about that.
multiple times.
The person that we have in custody is a convicted felon. He has served prison time for an armed robbery, and he has 11 previous arrest cycles. This is an individual that should never have been possessing a gun, an individual that should never have placed this community in harm, but that an officer of this department was able to stop that threat.
I have to interview you,
And that's
sweetie.
something we should point out. So an off-duty officer just happened to be on the scene at the same time that those shots were fired. That off-duty officer then engaged the suspect, shooting the suspect at the same time.
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Now, look who's complaining. Look, thank you. Pay attention to the content from okay? Look who's complaining right here. Y'all be the one law. Y'all the one be giving these people buns and a fair chance to get out. But it's hard, heck, for a person who don't have a felony to get out of jail card. Now I guarantee you, this person right here, they let out of jail free. It might get back out again. Say him a bun, he'll be back out again. We don't know.
And he has 11 previous arrest cycles. This is an individual that should never have been possessing a gun, an individual that should never have placed this community in harm, but that an officer of this department was able to stop that threat.
And that's something we should point out. So an off-duty officer just happened to be on the scene at the same time that those shots were fired. That off-duty officer then engaged the suspect, shooting the suspect at the same time. Another officer was also here to be able to kick that gun away from the suspect. So now the GBI is investigating. Anytime that there's a local law enforcement agency that is involved in a shooting, that's where the GBI comes in. And that's when we bring in 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn to give us that perspective. Cody?
Yeah, Ron. So right now, the GBI crime scene specialists are inside. In fact, I'm going to step out just a little bit because if you're not familiar with this area, this hub is actually down the escalator. So that's where the crime scene is. That's where the GBI crime specialists are right now.
See, y'all, this is what they are talking about right here. It's the hub. A hub is something where you have to go under and eat. It's like an underground. We used a long time ago had a underground Atlanta. Now they made a hub, okay, where you can have a nice place to eat. So when they went down there, he has to been with somebody he know. Somebody know this man. But then too, if he live in Atlanta and he just hang on the street, mental health is serious, y'all. Mental illnesses and mental health is real serious. You can't look at a person and tell if they dealing with mental illnesses in their mental health status.
Evidence from this crime scene. They are the lead on this investigation. Now, they also have GBI agents here who are actively investigating these officers who not only witnessed this, but also the officer who opened fire. They actually do these interviews inside their SUVs. There's a couple of them parked right to my left here on John Portman Boulevard. They put those individuals, those officers, inside that SUV. They have camera systems inside, and that's where they actually do on-site interviews to find out exactly what happened, and of course, to get their eyewitness account of this officer-involved shooting. So again, calm down. There's a lot going on down that escalator where this all unfolded.
That's so sad,
and it'll
y'all.
take some weeks for the entire.
And I haven't
court.
even, I don't even go downtown. I don't go down. Nothing wrong with downtown, okay, y'all. I don't want to stop I don't want to stop the out of towners from coming here. And it's not like this all the time, y'all. It's not all like this all the time. It's only, with that person and what they're going through mentally. That's it, okay? I'm not going to sit here and bash my city, okay? That person probably not even really from here. Probably not even born and raised here. But if it was, if something happened down there, and then he didn't even supposed to have a gun in his hand. Welcome to the city, people from out of town.
Released by the GBI.
Okay, Cody, thanks a lot for that perspective. We're going to bring in Molly Oak. She was here just maybe an hour or so or less as soon as those shots were fired. And you spoke with multiple witnesses who actually saw and they heard what was going on. What did they tell you?
Yeah, a couple of different witnesses told us they were inside when they either heard the shots or actually saw the shooter. They echoed what police said, that they saw some kind of argument, and then that man just started shooting. Not only the person they had an argument with, but then two other people. Now, the witnesses tell me it seemed like he was just shooting anyone he could see. We asked police specifically about that claim. They said right now all they can call those people are bystanders. They said the investigation will hopefully give them more information about who those
I
people
got
are.
some information on it, y'all. Let's get on. Let's get on. This is the information. I just want to take out there first. It was a lot went down in the hot city. Y'all, this summer ain't even started yet.
And
This girl, listen to her.
I've been here for an hour.
Listen to this girl. Y'all, for those who know, it was 4 people shot at that food court. Was he just shooting at random people? Come on, let's hear the truth. This girl right here gonna explain to y'all what she saw. And she not even from the city, but I hate that this happened while she was here. I really hate that when somebody out of town had to leave out of here talking negative. You know what I mean? But listen to what she said.
What happened? I was just coming from a conference at the Grand Cortland, walking to Centennial Park. Here, a bunch of cops coming, and we were standing over there, and they told us that there was an active shooter. He shot 4 people. We watched 2 people get wheeled out, one elderly man that had a baby on his lap, gone to the ambulance, and they told us that the shooter was caught very recently. We saw him be put in handcuffs. It was insane. So many cops, so many guns, so many fire trucks, so many ambulances. It was really scary because I was just in the hub yesterday getting my nails done, and it could have been today.
And you said you're from out of town?
Yeah, I'm from New York. I literally just came to Atlanta Sunday, and I'm leaving in a couple hours.
I don't like that. See, that hurt my feeling that I hate that she had to, she was enjoying herself at first. She left her city. New York, I love New York, y'all. I don't care what they say about New York and Chicago. I like them. But I hate that she came to visit, enjoyed herself, enjoying herself, and all that shooting went down. And she's a visitor coming from somewhere else. We don't want them to go back home talking about negative. What happened like that in our city? She was down in the hub. I'm gonna go down there in the hub, y'all. Let me see. I might get somebody to go with me. I can go by myself. Peachtree Hub. It be so hot. I don't like to be outside. I'm gonna see what my niece doing tomorrow and get my niece to go with me down there and to the hub and go underground and see what really. If they might not let us. Y'all think they're gonna let us down there? Since it's another day, I want to take y'all down there so y'all can see what happened. That's what we'll do tomorrow, okay? But baby, young lady, I hate that she had to visit Atlanta. It's not the Atlanteans, it's not me. Because we don't want to run people from our city. We want them to come visit.
I wanted to enjoy the city, different from New York. Like I wanted some quiet, and complete opposite. It's not funny. It's scary, but insane.
I mean, when everything was going down, I mean, what were you thinking?
I mean, I was scared because I actually was supposed to get my nails done today, so I could have been there. And I wanted to go to Gus's Fried Chicken, and I heard it happened either near the Firehouse Subs or the CVS, which is near there. And it's just so sad because I hear it's a young man, and all the people that were shot weren't even really his target, right? That elderly man, I know, had nothing to do with this. Gun violence is at an all-time high.
Okay, now I can't wait till we hear about the dude, y'all. Now it sounds as if, okay, that these people that he shot allegedly are bystanders up in the hub. And if he was locked up for bank robbery 10 years ago, he was trying to rob somebody else again. Okay, trying to take their money. Okay. But I hate that that happened to this girl. See, that's why I say a lot of people from another city like to come downtown. It's a beautiful place. Don't let that stop y'all from coming to Atlanta. What happened, okay?
Glad they caught him, but it's unfortunate that he has thrown his life away. And I wish that there was some reform and help for these people.
Did you see the victims?
I did. I saw two of them. I have them on video.
What did they look like? What kind of people are they?
Yeah, so one of them was an elderly black man, probably in his 70s, had white hair, and he was holding, I want to say, his grandchild. He was completely fine, but he definitely was being wheeled out to the ambulance.
And what was the other one?
The other one, I believe, was a middle-aged white woman.
She right.
And they said they're both okay, but they are on their way to the hospital, if not there already.
Did you see the shooting?
I did not. I was right outside. I just came from the Grand Cortland, and a bunch of cops were going up the street as I was walking to Centennial Park. And yeah, saw all the cops. I decided to stop. Lots of guns. They did catch him. So that's the good news.
Did you see the suspect?
No, I mean, yes, from like very far. They put him in handcuffs. They did shoot him first. I want to say in the leg. I'm not entirely sure. And then they put him in handcuffs.
Good.
So
That's
what is
good.
your reaction to seeing all of this happening?
She's about to get on the plane and go back home to New York.
Literally, I'm only here for a conference that was happening in the Grand Cortland, the Women in Affordable Housing Network sideshow. Yep, came here Sunday, leaving today in a couple hours. I wanted some quiet to the park and got the opposite. I was gonna get some Gus's Fried Chicken on my way, but of course the mall was closed.
Okay, y'all. She was just a bystander who saw what happened, you know. Boy, this is so sad. This is so sad. Let me see, let me see where the nut at. Down there acting a fool and know we got out of towners in our city. You don't do that. Let me see, y'all. That don't make no sense. So y'all please don't let that stop y'all from coming to Atlanta and visit
There's
Atlanta.
one thing I learned.
Cause of what, one incident, two incidents.
We are coming on the air with.
It's a nice place to be. But I'm gonna go down there tomorrow and let y'all see where this took place at.
Breaking news here at Channel 2 Action News. I'm Linda Stouffer along with George Estevez, and we are confirming.
Yeah, that's a nice place to eat at right there. At the top, it's like you are at the top of the city eating. It's so many good eating places in Atlanta. Put you on top of the building. I can't go up there high though.
Now that 4 people have been shot in downtown Atlanta, we're bringing you this live picture from News Chopper 2. This happened at the Peachtree Center food court, according to Atlanta's mayor and also Atlanta police, who say this is an open, active scene, and you are looking live right now.
We're bringing you these live pictures and interrupting programming because 4 people have been shot. One, at this point, is believed to be the suspect. We have our reporters Audrey Washington and Michael Dowda headed there on the ground. To give you an idea, as News Chopper 2 kind of goes in circles around these big, tall buildings in the middle of downtown Atlanta, 225.
Just imagine that you did 10 years in prison and your butt going back to prison. 10 years in prison, it about to be summertime, then you back in prison. Ooh, child.
Peachtree Street. It's near the Hard Rock restaurant. There's a MARTA station down there. And Peachtree Center, Linda, 50 restaurants, very busy
It's
area down
beautiful
there in that
down
food
there,
court.
y'all.
And apparently it did actually happen at the food court. There is a big police response, as you can only imagine. And again, you're looking live as we sort of zoom in between some of the buildings there. That is in downtown Atlanta. A couple of the major impacts in this area. Georgia State University is telling people to avoid the area right now at this time. Again, Georgia State University telling their community to avoid the area. However, MARTA is saying they're not affected, and there's a MARTA station right there by the Peachtree Center building. Again, MARTA says their operation's not affected at this point, but they have put all their teams in communication with Atlanta police patrolling the station.
I really don't like going. I really don't.
Officers are
Now, see, that's why I say I might go, y'all, and I might not go because it's congested down there. It's one lot of one-way streets, and you can't park your car. So I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know if I'm going down there. I'm not so far from my house. I'm too far from downtown. And another again too, it's gonna be 90 degrees. I don't like to be out there in that heat, y'all. I'm sorry. It ain't nowhere to park downtown. So I might not go tomorrow. I'm gonna promise y'all that.
And just to recap, a shooting, 4 people shot at the Peachtree Center area in downtown Atlanta.
And such a busy area, 1.5 million square feet of office space down there. There's all sorts of skywalks, and you can see through the buildings as News Chopper 2 brings you these live images. You can see the activity down there on the ground, about 50 different restaurants in that central area. And just to give you an idea, just blocks away from America's Mart, from the hotel district, the Westin is down there, the Sundial restaurant.
Nice.
There's the clear shot that we have of down there on the ground. You can see some ambulances, obviously police cars. So of the 4 people shot, one of the people is believed to be the suspect. That is the information coming into the Channel 2 Action News newsroom. They're all alert. So we also know that they're conscious and they're breathing. So again, that shooting resulted just a few minutes ago, 4 people getting shot, but all conscious and breathing. And one of them believed to be, at this point, the suspect. But imagine, Linda, it's what, 3 o'clock happened 20, 30 minutes ago in the middle of the day. You can only imagine the commotion and the panic that may have set in there on the ground as we see right there. There's an ambulance that just snuck behind that building.
Understandably, because we know 4 people have been shot and injured. No telling at this point how many shots were fired.
Then they hit their grandbaby
and
with them.
because this area is so congested right there in downtown Atlanta, it's
I wonder was he trying to rob those families. What was he doing? And the granddad protected his grandbaby. The granddaddy, grandfather's not deceased, but he protected his grandkids. I can't wait to hear them people talk. I hate that.
It's difficult to show you a clear, static picture of what's happening. So many hotels and office buildings, law firms, restaurants right in that area. So many people, thousands of people work in that area in downtown Atlanta as well. I can tell you what we're doing right now. We are checking with Atlanta Police. We are checking with the mayor's office to bring you the very latest about this response. And our assignment desk people are making all the calls right now, sending out the emails. We also have Channel 2 Action News photographers and reporters headed there right now. We're going to check in with our reporters on the ground as soon as we can to give you a sense of how they're managing the crowds in this area. Again, this happened within the last half an hour here in downtown Atlanta. So about 2:30, we'll be able to check that time as soon as we can track the first 911 call. But shooting in downtown Atlanta, 4 people have been shot and injured. There is some thought that perhaps one of the injured is also the suspect.
And when talking about this situation, and you really talked about it, the panic, the commotion, the streets blocked off, the logistics.
And so the good thing about the police
right now, but when we say controlled, we mean as far as the shooter, perhaps, because he's one of the 4.
The good thing about
the police because the shots have stopped firing, but now it's really when it begins to control the area, to block off the streets. The investigation's going to happen.
At least they didn't do like most police would have did. Most cops would have killed the shooter. They didn't shoot him. They didn't kill him because they knew who he was. They would have gone. But see, that's good. That's a good thing that I can say. Even though 4 people were shot, y'all, at the Peachtree Center, downtown Atlanta. But the thing is, I'm glad that they didn't. The 4th man was the shooter. I'm glad they didn't kill the man. You know what I mean? Regardless if he did wrong or not, I'm glad he didn't kill him. Okay. Okay, let y'all look
You
at a little
talked
bit
about
more
our
of this, and
reporters
I'm gonna
Audrey
let y'all hear what
Washington
they
and
say.
Michael Dowd. Now, Michael Dowd is actually going to be up in just a few minutes. We're going to stay on the air until we get him, until we get new information, because a situation like this, what happens is new information comes in minute by minute. And because it's in the middle of downtown, in the middle of the day, with hundreds of people possibly involved as far as the commotion and blocking off streets, we want to stay on the air and bring you the latest information. And we're also working for Channel 2 Action News at 4, 5, and 6 to gather more information then. But right now, we're on the air right here, breaking into programming because we're covering a shooting that took place in the last half hour. 4 people shot at Peachtree Center. Very busy area. It's a
very busy area on P Street. That's why I said I'm not going down there tomorrow. I can't deal with no crowd, y'all. I can't deal.
I wish I had known about this bra a long time ago. I
can't deal with the being hot and ain't got no place to park and all that kind of stuff. I can't deal with that. Now I'm gonna take y'all to our mayor of Atlanta.
All right, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
As you can tell, we're here at a scene here in DeKalb County. It's unfortunate that today, in 2 different instances, I am coming before the media with Chief Schierbaum talking about acts of gun violence in our region, in our city. And I'm thankful for the partnerships that we have here. We have DeKalb County, we have Gwinnett County, GSP, and of course, Georgia State Patrol, and of course...
Well, all of them came, didn't
here. My heart goes out to the family of the one individual that is deceased at this time.
Oh my God!
My heart also goes out to the individuals that had to endure this frightening journey across multiple jurisdictions.
Wow, he killed somebody. That man right there, it looked like we seen him in Memphis. It looked like a Memphis police. But it like I seen that cop before. I forgot he from my city. But look, he shot and killed a family member. I wonder, they haven't mentioned where he's some kin to them. Hold on, y'all.
This evening that was on this bus here. And also earlier today, we had individuals at the Peachtree Center mall downstairs at the food court that were shot by another individual. So today has been a very active day. But let me be clear, we're talking about gun violence that is as a result of too many people having guns in their hands.
Wait a minute, but aren't y'all the one made the law? Aren't y'all lawmakers the one that made the law? We can't do nothing about it, Mayor. Y'all the one made that law. When y'all changed the law, y'all knew what was gonna happen. So quit complaining about these people with these guns in their hand, cause y'all the one changed the law. Y'all stop parents for disciplining their kids. Then y'all say they could go on to shoot each other. Y'all put guns out there on the streets. Y'all the one got the power to do everything. Now y'all want people got shot and this and that. That's y'all fault. We had everything under control. See, when the city had everything under control, y'all came in and messed it up. Want to tell folks how to discipline their kids. Then when the parents start knocking on your door, sending y'all them kids, then y'all try to send them kids back because y'all know y'all couldn't discipline them. Now the guns on the streets. Y'all don't put the guns on the streets. Y'all plant them on the streets. Now y'all trying to shut the gun violence down. And it's a little bit too late for that. It's a little bit too late, Mayor. So y'all the lawmakers. Y'all could have stopped this. You could have stopped it too in your city. You and Fonnie Willis. Okay. Y'all the lawmakers. Y'all talk about that. Sit around the table and talk about it. It ain't gonna end. Because y'all don't put the guns out there now.
Explains to you that one of the individuals had 11 arrests and another one had 19 arrests. You're talking about people that should not have been on the streets with guns. I think mental health is going to play a role in some of this, but you're talking about...
What I just say at the beginning of my content about mental health? Y'all ain't thinking about the law. You know what? Y'all you y'all didn't think about mental health and mental illnesses before y'all made the law. Y'all could have made the law where it could have fit the people who not out there killing nobody where they come. They just protecting their family. Y'all could have made it safe for them. Y'all made it worse for everybody in the street. Now you want to think about mental health. You should have thought about mental health when y'all was sitting at that table, making plan in that law. Y'all got it out there. Y'all deal with it. It ain't gonna change because the devil took over. Now y'all deal with it.
Too many guns in the hands of individuals that should not have guns. Too many guns on our streets, too many guns in our homes, too many
Your
guns
fault.
in our schools and buses, etc.
Your fault.
And so this is clearly an indication that something and more needs to be done.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop at one jurisdiction, as you've seen today. This individual has held someone to a driver at gunpoint across multiple jurisdictions. And so we all have to...
Y'all hear him. Listen, y'all, these are the people they're happy to see not only Young Thug group, I'm not gonna, you know what, to be honest with you, I'm not gonna even put the YSL in here because they was out there making music. I'm gonna say the other fools. Y'all don't want to put them guns out there for them young boys who were 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 years old. Y'all put that lawmaker, y'all put them guns out there for the kids. Now y'all want to lock them up. Boy, y'all people don't figure out what is going on. It's not the people in the city. It's the lawmakers. They want to sit here and act like they don't know what's going on, and they know exactly what's going on in everybody's city. They put the guns out there for them young folks, and now they want to put a RICO charge on them. This is the same city that Young Thug from. Yeah, I don't know Young Thug, but I'm gonna still take up for the young people. Cause y'all put it out there for them. We were trying to get y'all to change, not to put that law out there. And this what happened. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get on these people. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
To say enough is enough when it comes to too many people having guns in their hands and using them in violence. And so today, I'm just thankful for the speedy work of all of these law enforcement agents that we have here. I've spoken to a lot of the county leadership about their efforts and also to Governor Kemp about the efforts of Georgia State Patrol. And I'm thankful for the men and women of the Atlanta Police Department and all these agencies here that minimized what could have been even more dangerous. So again, to those families, my heart goes out to you, and I hope that those individuals that had to endure that frightening journey as we all watch,
hey, Brandon.
I hope that that they can get some rest and that they will be comforted in knowing that all of these law enforcement agencies are working together to bring that to an end. And so now I'll
you
turn
know
it
what,
over,
Brandon, sooner or later they'll be calling me to come to work on this new job. They're gonna be calling me to come to work. I can't wait too, because I'm so tired of eating and laying down. All right, thank you, baby.
Sherbom, as he'll give more details about this critical incident.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Appreciate your leadership today. Also want to thank our partners at the DeKalb County Police Department, Chief Ramos, Chief Smith over at Gwinnett, and thank you, Captain and Major, for your assistance from Georgia State Patrol. As we were concluding the briefing a short while ago in downtown Atlanta, the shooting at the Peachtree Center Mall, our 911 center at about 4:30 received a report of an emergency on a bus that was at 45.
I know that's right, because I need them 2/4 hours
about 1 minute later
for my Social
when
Security.
he confronted the perpetrator that then forced the bus driver to drive off.
Let me. What he say? I'm sorry. I can't wait. I took that drug test yesterday. Look like they put that stuff in my mouth. Now my tongue ain't even feeling right.
When he confronted the perpetrator that then forced the bus driver to drive off.
Hold on, y'all. Let me see. So the perpetrator was on the bus. Let me take this back, y'all. This what happened, y'all, downtown in my city. And it's a Y'all don't let the food stop y'all from coming here, okay? There's some foods out here. This is what happened.
County Police Department, Chief Ramos, Chief Smith over at Gwinnett, and thank you, Captain and Major, for your assistance from Georgia State Patrol. As we were concluding the briefing a short while ago in downtown Atlanta, the shooting at the Peachtree Center Mall, our 911 center at about 4:30 received a report of an emergency on a bus that was at 45 Ivan Allen Boulevard in the city.
Okay, boom.
An officer arrived about 1 minute later when he confronted the perpetrator that then forced the bus driver to drive off.
What?
Our initial call was of a gunman on the bus, hostages, and possibly there had been a discharge of a weapon.
It's two things were going on in Atlanta at one time. And that's what I was talking to my sister. Okay, Brandy. I ain't trying to ignore you, sweetie, baby. It was two things going on in Atlanta today. There was a bus hijacking also, okay? Now, let me see. I don't want to talk about the hijacking. I don't want to talk about hijacking. Okay, let me let y'all hear about the hijacking, then we're going to get back to the food court, okay? Ooh, Lord, it's hot, honey. These ain't the children, these the grown folks.
And that was the initial 911 call. That call disconnected, and so officers were following the bus at that time. Then we received a 911 call from a family member of an occupant of the bus saying he was receiving text messages that there had been a hijacking and that individuals were being held hostage against their will. Mm-hmm. And then a short time later, we received another 911 call, also from the bus. And that line remained open for the entire time, including the termination that you see behind me by the local law enforcement partners. It was that information that our call takers and dispatchers were hearing that was fed initially to the Atlanta Police Department and then to the Georgia State Patrol and then our partners at Gwinnett and DeKalb County to craft an end of this hostage situation that played out today that that you all carried live on the news. There were 17 individuals on the bus, including the bus driver. Unfortunately, as the mayor has stated, one individual has died of injuries, which we believe to be a gunshot wound.
All right, y'all, that's the food on the bus. Let me get down to the food court. Let me give y'all the update on the food court, the shooting in Atlanta on Peachtree update. Let me give y'all the update. That was another shooting, honey. Somebody hijacked a bus. Ooh, Lord, praise Jesus. Ooh, Lord, y'all. I'm going to tell you one thing about wherever you live, you got to pray. God, dog said, Jesus, please don't let that happen to my children while I'm down here. Or don't let that happen to me, Lord. You have to pray, child. See, he started talking about the food court, and then he started talking about the shooting. I'm trying to give y'all the update. Hold on, y'all. He sure did. See, this man right here, I wonder why he went from I wonder why he started talking about the food court and then start talking about, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find out. Hold on, y'all.
An imminent threat. His brave action is to...
See, he confusing me. Because we were talking about the food court, and then he went to the bus. Don't you confuse me, boy. I had my coffee this morning yet.
His brave action, his decisive action to end an imminent threat to this community. We had a number of agencies that responded to assist us. The Georgia State Patrol, the Sheriff's Department of Fulton County, the Georgia State University Police, as well as the Martin Police. And then the FBI and the ATF also responded with resources. Since this is an officer-involved shooting, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation will take lead in this case. They will be gathering all the facts and giving us the information that we need. But I want to reiterate, one shooter, he shot 3 individuals inside of the food court, and an officer of the Atlanta Police Department acted decisively, placed himself in danger, and ended that threat to the community. And I want to commend the men and women of the police department for their work. And then behind me, I have a number of investigators that have been here gathering information that will be handing their work off to the GBI. Yes, I can say. Yes, that is correct. As our mayor is pointing out, the person that we have in custody is a convicted felon. He has served prison time for an armed robbery, and he has 11 previous arrest cycles. This is an individual that should never have been possessing a gun, an individual that should never have placed this community in harm, but that an officer of this department was able to stop that threat. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, Lord, have mercy, Jesus. I tell you, y'all. He, oh, Lord, have mercy. I don't have nothing to say about these folks, honey.
Both mayor and chief, the idea that an officer was nearby and was able to respond in the way that he was able to and stop this threat before anyone else could get hurt. Could you guys go into that a little more? I mean, I'm sure both of you are proud.
Yeah, we're very thankful for our extra job officers working here at this mall location at the Peachtree Center. He was there, he was on the scene, he was focused, he kept his mind about him, and he was able to bring safety to all these people that were in that food.
Go ahead, honey. Speak on your officer. Oh, my God. Speak on your officers. They was in the right place at the right time.
By stopping this individual who had already shot 3 people. How many more could he have shot? A shot had extra job officer from Atlanta Police Department not been there. So we thank him. We thank his team members for being there to help assist and to be able to take that individual into custody and to bring safety to everyone else. So we thank him for being there. And we also thank this mall for having their camera system. The camera system allows us to be able to see what's happening, to be able to accurately know what occurred so that we can properly prosecute the individual that was involved.
Randy, she always support me.
I think the investigation will play that out. He did physically attack someone before he shot him, and so we're going to have to determine how did he know that individual.
And Chief, I know you just announced from last year how many guns you took off the streets that didn't need to be there. Does this just emphasize that?
See, it's one thing about Atlanta. Boy, if the lead little thing happened, we're going to talk about it for a whole 2 months. We're going to talk about it for a long time. Because we care about the citizen in Atlanta. We care about our citizens, and we care about our out-of-towners.
Keep focusing on getting guns out of the hands of people who never should have had them to begin with.
Right. This was a convicted felon that can't possess weapons, should not, and we saw what the harm did. We have work to do, ourselves and our partners. And Ryan, the mayor said it best. This was an officer, as we watched citizens scrambling for safety, put himself in the line of fire to stop this threat. So it's something heroic to watch. And our partners, we want to thank them, because for a minute we didn't know that we have another shooter. And we had multiple agencies, the Sheriff's Department, MARTA Police, GSU Police, all responded to help us search the area. We want to thank them for responding as well.
Chief, are all of the victims critically injured?
We believe everyone will survive at this point. Those that were taken to Grady Hospital were classified as critical. And I will say this. After we ended the threat in the food court, after you saw the courage of your police department, you saw the compassion of your police department. The officers knelt to their knees and immediately applied a tourniquet and started applying life-saving measures to the individual that had brought harm to that area and to the others as well. So both the courage and the compassion of our police department on view today.
Chief, what other details can you give us about the alleged shooter?
That is all we know at this time. Where we believe he's from. We do know he has previous arrest cycles. He is a convicted felon.
Chief, the witnesses suggest that the last 2 people who were shot may have been shot at random, that they were not connected to whatever beef the shooter may have had. Do you believe that is correct?
You know, that's a possibility that we will know at the end of the investigation. We know there was a physical contact with one, and then there were 2 others that were shot. Yes.
Lord have mercy.
Not know that until the GBI completes their investigation. We know
where he
one
from?
Person firing at bystanders. We know there was an officer that returned fire. So 2 individuals that discharged firearms.
That doesn't.
So okay, it sounds like it was a crossfire. So unless you're saying that the 2 individual was the shooter in the police, are y'all speaking of somebody extra? Okay, because we need to know. Yes, sir.
Oh my!
Moments. It was very quick. You can watch how fast that officer sprung into action. I mean, had he not been there, things could have gotten worse. So he was there within moments.
Appreciate that, officer.
The witnesses also say that the the officer confronted the man and he was laying on the ground and was telling him not to reach for the gun before the officer shot him. Is that what happened?
So we can tell you that the individual was armed when our officers first encountered him and remained armed until another officer kicked the gun away.
And Chief, just to reiterate on the victims and suspects, you have the suspect and the victim in one hospital and the other two victims in another
That is
hospital.
correct, sir.
Did you recover the suspect's gun?
That has been recovered. It was recovered by the officers, yes.
Can you describe what kind of gun it was?
Not that it was a handgun.
You know what, y'all? Guess what he was trying to do? The shooter was getting ready to kill himself. Why they always got to take other people down with them when they need to just go on and handle their business themselves and leave other folks alone?
Even if you exercise
I want to
regularly,
see who did
you
it.
may be at risk for heart attack or stroke.
This is another
At about
outlook.
2:17 this afternoon, we started receiving a combination of radio traffic and 911 calls reporting shots fired inside the Peachtree Center Mall at the food court. We believe at this time that a 34-year-old suspect armed with a handgun
What is wrong with y'all? Young, 34 years old. It sounds like a person who ain't doing what they supposed to do. Take your medication, y'all. If you're supposed to be taking your medication, take it. Because it's getting hot out here. Your chemical of your body, everything changing. No telling what's on this boy mind. And then we got a hub downtown. I didn't even know we had something like that downtown Atlanta, y'all. That you can go. I don't like to be underground. I don't like to be underground. I like to see, but I used to go to underground Atlanta. Now they don't have a Peachtree hub where you can go down there and eat, get your nails done and everything. Oh Lord. And I've been here all my life. I didn't know that.
entered the food court, and after a brief altercation with an individual, he shot that individual. And then that perpetrator continued on to shoot two others that were in the food court. Injured is a 47-year-old male from Grayson, Georgia. A 69.
You shot all them, that boy 30-some years old. So that he ain't in his right mind. He ain't in his right mind. He don't send folk down there, sitting there eating with their family. And you went down there and interrupt them. Lord, how much they bless their heart, but and the police know who that joker was. That's why they ain't kill him.
9-year-old female from East Point and a 70-year-old female from Atlanta. After the suspect had shot the three individuals, he was encountering an Atlanta police officer who was off duty, working an extra job officer. This officer was assigned to our Zone 1 precinct on morning watch. That officer engaged him, opened fire, was able, while the perpetrator still had the gun, and citizens were still seeking safety, took that perpetrator.
Well, that one thing y'all can't say young thug little boys during that time did it. Nope. Because this 2024. That happened back then in 2014.
Out of the mix to be able to injure anyone else.
How many more that he had shot had extra job officer from Atlanta Police Department not been there. So we thank him. We thank his team members for being there to help assist and to be able to individual into custody and to bring safety to everyone else. So we thank him for being there.
Yeah, I tell you. Whew. That's it, y'all. That's it.
I chose St. George's University School of Medicine.
Y'all be careful. Atlanta is a nice city to be in. And y'all, they was in the best part of the city.
Ford, who's on the scene there. And Bridget, what can you lay out for us as far as what you're seeing from your vantage point? We're showing the live pictures there, I think right behind where you are, and the view from the first floor chopper. But what are you learning there on the scene where you are?
Yeah, just arriving here on the ground here in downtown Atlanta, you really can just get a sense of how massive this scene is. Police have several areas roped off. You can actually see there's some streets, some blocks toward the west.
That one thing, that's Atlanta, y'all, downtown. See, when you talk about downtown, you're talking about attorneys, you're talking about lawyers, you're talking about business people work down there. This is where they like to go and eat and chill in all them office buildings down there. Then you got out of towners down there enjoying themselves, and then a fool come down there with a gun in a close area, just because he couldn't have his way, and he want to shoot somebody. Y'all, when you smell trouble, you better get out of it real quick. If somebody look weird, get your family and get out that mother sucker. I'm telling y'all, if you in Atlanta and something look like them folk looking weird, scoopy eyes at you, get up and leave. Honey.
That's actually blocked off to folks around here. Now, this is a heavily populated area, lots of tourists. In fact, we spoke to one group of people who were actually from out of town just visiting. So that gives you a sense of what the scene was looking like when those shots rang out. Very frightening for a lot of folks out here. You can see not only APD investigators, but there's also fire officials out here. You can see Battalion Number 2 at the city of Atlanta out here. We've seen several officers in SWAT gear, as you can see.
We know where all our police officers be at. They be hanging out downtown. They said they had our police cars from everywhere. Everybody came down here. Everybody. That's good that they work together. Cause they used to be slow, but I see them all right there together. Now y'all go on back to work now, cause we need y'all on the other parts of the city. Now y'all ain't doing nothing now. Now go on, spread out. Go to work, officers. It's over with now. Y'all done had a break now. I got the killer. Now go on back to work now.
Really is spanning several departments within the city of Atlanta. As we have been talking about, very frightening moments erupting out here with 4 people being shot, one of those being the suspect. APD just walked over and told us that we should be getting an update pretty soon. We haven't heard of any deaths as of yet, as we've been talking about, but a very active scene out here, very active investigation. Lots of folks we've been talking to, they've just been not only disturbed by what they're seeing, but their trips have been disrupted. They thought that they would just be taking a trip here to downtown Atlanta and then find out that this happens. We're working on learning the conditions of the people who were shot. But again, of course, we're going to stay up to date on that. And of course, as soon as we learn more information,
let me see, y'all. Let me see. I was trying to find an update before I go, and I don't see no update. Unless that was the update that I gave y'all. That was 12 hours ago. Let me put my update right here. Let me put new information right here. I want to know before I leave. And y'all out of towners, don't stop coming here. Y'all come on to visit. We just had somebody who didn't take his med. That's all. He didn't take his medicine. He wanted echo food. The police know who he is. So y'all come on to Atlanta. We appreciate y'all being here, okay? It just be safe, okay? Call Anita when you come in so I can get the boys to work to protect y'all. Oh, yeah, that was the update. Oh, we ain't got no update this morning at 6. I hate that girl had to see that. That really touched my heart. It's the suspect. Let me put that right here. Let's see the suspect. Okay, the suspect. Let's see how he look. They ain't showed us nobody. So if you just joining in, this was to down in Atlanta yesterday, y'all, in the heat. Nice place to go to chill. Let's see. They ain't showed us to me. If I get some new information on that dude, I'll let y'all know. They ain't showing him. They were 13 hours ago, and we don't have no update. Show us that mother sucker. It ain't no new update. Hold up, y'all. Let me do it like this.
I'll take you to our Atlanta News First reporter, Richard.
Do it like this.
Is his brave action?
Let me do it like this. Before I go, I want to make sure. Now, see, they keep saying 12 hours ago. There's no update, y'all. And it about to be hot. These folks ain't taking their medicine. Woo, Jesus. Woo, Lord. It about to be a mess. 14 hours ago, the witness described mass shooting. We already showed y'all that. So, nothing else. And then we had a high speed, child on the bus. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Jesus. They had a high speed bus chase. Man, acting a fool, Lord. How much? Then we got to just want to be mean and lock my boy up. He better not be locking my boy up like that no more. Let me see this right quick. I don't want to see that. I ain't gonna put that news with that news. Trying to respond to APD shooting camera. All right, y'all. I don't see nothing else. They hijacking buses. Oh, Lord have mercy. And no update, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all, I'm gonna be back later on today, okay? And y'all, I'm gonna be back on here later on today if I find out some news. I'm trying to get y'all the update, but no update at 6 o'clock this morning. Show us that mother sucker. Show us by the camera of footage of an ex-police officer being picked up. Looking crazy. I got him a job and looking crazy. Acting crazy. Lord have mercy. All right, y'all. I'll be back later on, okay, y'all? Y'all come back now. You hear? I'm at.